Good evening, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Dynamite TV. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for brand new content. This your boy Goldmouth Short. Let me get straight down to business. Hey, man, make sure you hit that cash out. It's Mag Promo, MAGPROMO, and I'm going to get straight down to business. Today, we're going to talk about the rapper Young One. He was signed to Full Surface and Rough Riders. And he was up on the Swiss Beach, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna go ahead and break down what happened to young Juan. But like I said, first make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and hit that cash app and support the channel. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna get straight down to business. Okay, young Juan, he grew up in East Lake Meadows. For y'all don't know what East Lake Meadows at, it's the east side of Atlanta. And 90% of Atlanta is in Fulton County. Okay, another 10% of Atlanta is in DeKalb County. And that's the part he from. He from the suburban part, but just that housing project is so bad that they call it Little Vietnam. You know what I'm saying? And the other bad part of the county is Decatur. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just breaking it down what part of Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, young one come from. He came from drugs, prostitution, robberies, assaults, burglaries, all that was going on in his surroundings in his housing and projects and when he went outside. So he always had the struggle in him. And when he was young, his grandma wanted him to get out the streets because he wanted to be a thug. He used to listen to Tupac and Biggie, and he used to always write down his raps. And he used to tell his grandma to listen to him. And she used to believe in him. But she told him he had to get out the streets because he was getting locked up. And, he was catching all type of charges. And, before his grandma died, he made a promise that he was going to do something with his life. So, his grandma died in his arms. And from that point on, he started getting in the showcases. And, he had it hard, man, because the man was living outside. He wasn't taking no bath. He didn't know what he was going to eat. But he was getting in the talent shows and showcases around the metro Atlanta. And, he caught the attention of some A&Rs. And, it was a small company called Dark Society that was working with a lot of people like Miracle, Pastor Troy, and many others. And they had listened to the record and they said, man, I'm gonna go ahead and book you a session. Come to the studio tomorrow after the showcase because he won, and we gonna go ahead and do some material on you. And when they heard the song, they was like, man, yeah, we got something. So they did a whole album on, Young One for basically free. This is the first time he was ever in a big studio. And, they sent the record off to Swiss Beats because Swiss Beats had came to Atlanta just trying to get away because he already had blew up, had a little cheese. He was just getting away from the Rough Rider thing for a little bit and branching off. And he was in Atlanta and, they gave him the record because, you know what I'm saying, uh, Swiss Beats was looking for talent in the Lithonia, Decatur area. So uh, Swiss Beats loved what he heard and offered Young One a record deal. So Young One got the record deal and he put out his first album, The Dirtiest. And it meant just what he said. Because, he was living on the streets. He was a bum. He was homeless. You know what I'm saying? Eating out the soup kitchens. And he had made his way all the way to New York. And he was finna get his time to shine. and his budget was no limit. He got something like a $3 to $4 million budget for his album. So he went and got Lil Flip, David Banner. He ended up working with Snoop Dogg, DMX, Trick Daddy. You know what I'm saying? Juvenile, Cash Money. He worked with everybody. You know what I'm saying? He was label mates with the Locks. He worked with Eve. He went multi-platinum on a remix on the DMX compilation, the Rough Riders compilation with Drag On. You know what I'm saying? So he was doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? He was making money, and he was on the best tracks. But his album commercially flopped, and that was a big, big, big problem because he had this budget that was crazy. It was paid for by DMX and the Locks and Eve. And you know what I'm saying? They put the money behind him and he just commercially flopped. So you know what I'm saying? Everybody was like, dang man, what happened? He wasn't nothing like the other crunk artists. You know what I'm saying? And David Banner had gave him hits. And you know what I'm saying? He just didn't do nothing with it. It just all flopped. You know what I'm saying? So he was still able to sustain by being on these compilations that was put together by Swiss Beats and the Rough Riders. And he was doing cameos and stuff like that. Like his buzz was built off a whole bunch of other rappers coming cameo in his videos and stuff. And he would go do the same for them. But when he had got into a little incident on an airplane to where he was tripping on drugs and they had to turn the airplane around, they kicked him off the tour and told him, hey man, you gotta go back home because we already had a problem. Rough Riders had a whole bunch of situations going on the tour and they didn't know how they was gonna pay the tour off and lost a lot of sponsors and stuff. And they sent him back home. Said they didn't need him. So he went back home on the bus and he was broke and he ain't never been able to get back on ever since. The boy go by Rah now, Snoop Dogg, Lil Flip, David Banner, nobody won't answer their phone. Swiss Beats won't do no more music with him. He look real bad. Even the crunk artists won't do no music with him because he not from the piece. I'm out.